Speed Station welcomes you to Texas Motor Speedway for the running of the AAA Texas 500. Alex Bowman manages to win his third pole in a row above Daniel Suarez, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Clint Boyer, Austin Dillon, Eric Almirola, William Byron, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. round out the top 10.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Stage 1 concludes on lap 33, and Stage 2 concludes on lap 67, this 134 lap event. And we are green at Texas. Alex Bowman already starting to get a jump above Daniel Suarez as we head off into turn 1. Kevin Harvick has moved his way up into second position. Daniel Suarez still holding on to third position with Martin Truex Jr. coming up the inside as we exit turn number 4. And Alex Bowman will lead lap 1. Martin Truex Jr. now up into third position. Kevin Harvick taking a look to the inside of Bowman down the back straight. In through turns 3 and 4, the 4 car inches ahead of the 88. And off turn 4, Harvick now has a lead. Martin Truex Jr. now moving up into second position. Early season rivals Harvick and Truex assume positions 1 and 2. Now Truex looks to the inside of Harvick. Caution flag is out. Wreck on the front straight. Paul Menard involved. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as well. 15, 77, and 27. The race back to the caution. Daniel Suarez now pulls ahead of the 4 car as Martin Truex Jr. will take the lead. So now Truex leads Suarez, Harvick, Bowman, and Clint Boyer up to 5th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. off turn 4 turns Austin Dillon down the front straight, gets into playoff contender Denny Hamlin as he turns the 17 sideways in front of the 21. Makes significant front-end contact with the 17. Most of the field's able to get by until Ryan Preece slams into the 21, as well as the 43, 15. The 00 might have got a little bit of damage. And the 52 as well got rear-end damage. First car off pit road is Kevin Harvick getting out in first above Jimmy Johnson, and teammate Chase Elliott moving up into third position. The top 2 only took right side tires. After that accident, Reed Sorensen, Paul Menard, Quinn Hoff, and Bubba Wallace are out of the race. Green flag. Suarez trying to make a look on the inside of the 22 to move up into 5th position, as Martin Truex Jr. challenges Chase Elliott off turn 2 for 3rd spot. Truex already up the inside of the 48. Attempting to make a move for 2nd position, Suarez directly behind him. Wreck on the front straight, once again Ryan Sieg involved. Playoff contender Ryan Newman also involved. And the race back to the flag, Kevin Harvick the leader, Martin Truex Jr. up to 2nd, Daniel Suarez in 3rd. This race already turned into a wreckfest as Ryan Sieg tries to go 4 wide on the lap car of Matt Tifft. Track is not wide enough for that. They squeeze into each other and all go up into the outside wall, back in front of the way of traffic, and the 54 piles into the 33. First car off pit road is Eric Almirola getting off in front of Daniel Suarez and 3rd SHR teammate Clint Boyer. And Kevin Harvick lost 7 spots getting out of his pit stall. Time to turn him loose once again. Green flag. The 3 Stewart-Haas teammates lead the field. Suarez trying to make a move to the inside of the 10. Now Suarez holds the lead. Clint Boyer going up into 2nd. Tyler Reddick runs in 4th position. Martin Truex Jr. trying to take the spot off the 31. Into turn 3, Truex now up into 4th position, and all 4 Stewart-Haas cars are in the top 5. Contact made between the 4 and 19 cars. We know that these two like to battle. They proved that at Michigan in the summer race. Now the 10, door-to-door with the 14, will take second position and allow Daniel Suarez to extend his lead. Martin Truex Jr. has overtaken the 14 and now trying to take the 10. In through turns 3 and 4, the 19 side-by-side with the 10 car. Still being shoved by the 4 mid-corner. Now Martin Truex Jr. into second position. Clint Boyer dropping like a rock. Now down to 6th or 7th. Kevin Harvick moves his way back up into third position. Daniel Suarez still holds the lead by half a second above the 19 car. Harvick shoves the 19 out of the way mid-corner, upsets the handle on the 19 car, and moves up into second position as teammate Eric Almirola moves on the inside of the 19 to take third. Harvick back to the inside of the 41, this time shall take the lead with the 10 car right on the back bumper. 22 car has moved up into third position with Daniel Suarez falling back into fifth. Suarez trying to side draft the 19 car down the back straightaway to move back up into fourth position. So now Harvick starting to extend his lead out to 0.4 of a second, with Joey Logano now trying to take second off of Eric Almirola. Down the front stretch, it looks like the 22 will take second position, with Martin Truex Jr. going up into third position. Joey Logano has a bit of a run on the 4 car down the back straight. Gained about a whole 1/10 of a second on that run off turn 2. So now Harvick leads Logano, Truex, Almirola, and Daniel Suarez. Kyle Busch still not getting the run he needs to advance into the Championship 4. Currently runs in 14th position. And remember, he entered this race 26 points below the cut line. We now have only 9 laps to go in Stage 1. Harvick has started to pull away once again. The gap has been extended back out to 0.4 of a second above the 22 car. Kurt Busch has now made his way up into 6th position, currently challenging the 10 car for 5th position. Martin Truex Jr. on the inside of the 22, trying to take second spot off of Logano. Looks like Truex will take the position. Daniel Suarez, shoving him past the 22, will now move up into third position. Daniel Suarez makes a look to the inside of the 19, will easily take second spot off of Truex as we exit turn 2. Harvick has extended his lead out to half a second now with only 3 laps to go in Stage 1. Now Almirola puts him 3 wide for third position, overtaking the 22 and 19 all at the same time. Almirola still side by side with the 22 for third, will take the spot entering turn 1, and the white flag is out for Kevin Harvick in Stage 1. And Kevin Harvick with a great separation above teammate Daniel Suarez off turn 4. Harvick will win Stage 1. Suarez in second, and teammate Eric Almirola will finish in third. So a Stewart-Haas Racing 1-2-3. First car off pit road is Kevin Harvick getting out in first above Eric Almirola, and Joey Logano moving up into third position. Green flag for Stage 2. The leaders get a good jump above the lap car, the only car 1 lap down. Brian Preece on the inside. Now Preece has started to block playoff contender Kyle Busch. Busch still boxed in by the 47. Losing countless positions on the inside line. Not a good sign for the 3 playoff contenders caught behind this group. And contact between the 47 and 18. Kyle Busch gets turned around. Jimmy Johnson involved. 15 and 52 cars involved as well. Yellow flag is out. In the race back to the caution, Kevin Harvick the leader. Daniel Suarez in second, and Martin Truex Jr. in third. Kyle Busch just frustrated by being blocked in by the 47 and allows himself to get turned by the 15 of Chastain up into the 34. Then the 34 makes contact with another contender, the 12 car Blaney. Jimmy Johnson involved. The 52 got a lot of damage on the front end. 36 as well involved. First car off pit road is Kevin Harvick getting out in front of Martin Truex Jr., Eric Almirola, Joey Logano, and Daniel Suarez. So now Kyle Busch will restart with severe rear-end damage in 30th position. So far, the only playoff driver out of the race is Ryan Newman, who will finish in 34th position. And the green flag is back out as Kevin Harvick gets a good jump above the 19. Into turn 1, Eric Almirola tries to force a move on the 19. Now Almirola up into second. So now Harvick leads Eric Almirola, Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, and Clint Bowyer. David Reagan has managed to make his way up into 7th position after passing several cars that got slowed by Ryan Preece. And here comes Clint Bowyer moving up into 4th position, right behind the 19. And since Suarez has made his way up into 5th, we now have all 4 Stewart-Haas cars back in the top 5. Now Suarez shoots to the inside of teammate Bowyer. In through turns 3 and 4, it looks like the 41 will take 4th position. Martin Truex Jr. to the inside of the 10 car. Side by side with Almirola down the front straight for 2nd position. Now Daniel Suarez made his way up into 3rd position, pushing the 19 car down the front straightaway. Joey Logano trying to make a move on the 10 to go up into 4th. Suarez back to the inside of Truex. Into turn 1. Still run side by side as the 41 will now take 2nd position. Truex dropping down into 3rd with Logano having a run on the 19. Daniel Suarez makes a look to the inside of Harvick. Harvick using the momentum on the outside line will clear the 41 off of turn 4. Martin Truex Jr. still retains 3rd position after a battle with Joey Logano for the spot. Suarez right to the back bumper of the 4 down the back straight. Makes a move to the inside on the entry to turn 3. Now side by side off turn 4, the 4 car has a bit of momentum. Suarez goes up to side draft. The 41 was able to dive it in through the apex at 1 and 2 and will now take the lead. Logano back to the inside of Truex. The battle continues for 3rd position as Logano has to back out of the throttle. Now Truex. Great run on the 4 car off of turn 4. Martin Truex Jr. now up into 2nd position. We now have only 10 laps to go in stage 2. Here comes Clint Bowyer to the inside of the 4. Trying to almost make it 3 wide on the 19. 3 wide on the inside goes Bowyer. Bowyer will take the spot and move up into 2nd position. Truex will take 3rd. Harvick hung out to dry on the outside. Truex making a move on the inside of Bowyer. Through turns 3 and 4 trying to get the run. They almost made contact as they exited turn 4. And now Truex will take 2nd position. And the 14 and 19 are still side by side. This has allowed the 41 car of Suarez to gap 2nd position by almost 1 second. And now Martin Truex Jr. will take 2nd position. Then Bowyer filing back into 3rd. Looks like he will be blocked by the lap car of Preece. So now Bowyer will lose several positions trapped behind that lap car. Now 5 laps to go. Harvick makes his move to the inside of the 19. And it looks like he will easily take 2nd spot off Truex. Harvick built a great run off turn 2 on the 41. Not quite close enough to make a move. Now Harvick dives to the inside of Suarez. Suarez gets a great run off turn 2 to clear the 4 car once again. And white flag for Suarez in stage 2. With a good gap above Kevin Harvick off turn 4, Daniel Suarez will win stage 2. Harvick 2nd, Truex 3rd, Joey Logano in 4th, and Eric Almirola in 5th. Reagan managed to miss his pit stall on that last cycle of stops, so he will have to make a return pit stop. As the 42 car of Kyle Larson decided to as well stay out, but he did not miss his stall. This is a planned strategy move. So the first car off pit road was Daniel Suarez above teammate Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, and Martin Truex Jr. And green flag for the final stage. Daniel Suarez already trying to set up a move past the 42. Now door-to-door off turn 2, and Suarez will retake the lead. Joey Logano will move up into second position. There's something wrong on the 42 car, now coming back down pit road. Possibly a tire puncture. The 10 car of Eric Almirola will now move up into third position, trying to set up a move on the 22 down the front stretch. Truex went really wide through turns 3 and 4, fell back a couple spots, and contact between the 4 and 10 cars led to Almirola driving halfway through the grass. Almirola and Harvick building up a run on the 22 down the backstretch. Well, contact! 10 car up to the outside wall. Truex involved. Harvick involved. Caution flag back out. They slide back down the racetrack. Huge impact. 2 cars upside down, Harvick upside down. Massive accident into turn 3 with these playoff contenders. In the race back to the caution, Daniel Suarez the leader, above Joey Logano, Clint Bowyer, and Kurt Busch. And this wreck changes everything. Harvick tries to follow the 10 car to shove him past the 22, ends up clipping his own teammate, slams hard into the outside wall, turns down to the 19, turns them both up into the outside wall. But the real impacts start when they slide down the banking into traffic. The 31 involved, the 52 as well. Then Harvick goes upside down from an impact by David Reagan, Alex Bowman, Austin Dillon, and Kyle Larson have decided to stay out on this cycle of stops. First car off pit road is Eric Jones getting out in front of Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, and William Byron. Now remember, Larson, because he pitted on that last cycle because of a tire puncture, did stay out, but he is in fact 1 lap down behind leader Alex Bowman. And green flag on lap 80. Alex Bowman trying to clear the 42 car into turn 1. Trying to make his way past all these lappers on the inside. Eric Jones dives to the inside line to pass the 3 car. Jones will now move up into second position with this move. And Kurt Busch will move up into fourth position. William Byron in fifth. Trying to make their way past the lap cars of Matt Tifft and Parker Kligerman. Because of lap traffic, Alex Bowman's been able to put a significant gap above Austin Dillon, almost 1 second. The separation between the 88 and 3 cars. So now the highest running car in playoff contention is Clint Bowyer, who is being challenged by additional playoff driver Denny Hamlin for 6th position. And look at who's back into a chance of getting a top 10. Kyle Busch, with almost no rear end on that 18 car, has driven his way up into 12th position. Kurt Busch has gotten around the 3 car on the inside line, now trying to set up a move past Eric Jones to take second spot. So Alex Bowman still leads. Eric Jones, Kurt Busch, and William Byron trying to take 4th position on the inside off of the 3 car. So Kevin Harvick will officially finish in 29th position. Daniel Suarez forced the 24 car up the racetrack, now trying to make a move back into the top 5. Kurt Busch back to the inside of the 20. On the exit of turn 2, still side by side down the back straight, and the 1 has help from the 41. Looks like through turns 3 and 4, Kurt Busch will now take second position. So now Bowyer will move up into third position, with Kurt Busch running in second, and Alex Bowman still the leader. In between turns 1 and 2, Busch now starting to build a run on the 88. Right on the back bumper, tries to shove the 88 car up the racetrack as they enter turn 3. The highest playoff contender in the field, Clint Boyer, still trying to set up a run past the 1 car of Kurt Busch. Suarez up the inside line will move up into 3rd position. Right on the back bumper of the 1. They touch off of turn 4. Through turns 1 and 2, the 88 through 41 cars are nose to tail. Now Suarez takes a look to the inside of Kurt Busch. Has to file back in line. Chris Buescher's made his way up into 5th position with a shot at taking 4th, and a little bit of contact between the 88 and 1. Almost a pass in the grass style move. Kurt Busch makes his move to the inside of Bowman. Now side by side. Daniel Suarez sides with the outside line of Alex Bowman to push. And Bowman will now re-clear the 1 car of Kurt Busch. Chris Buescher now moving up into 3rd position with Suarez hung out on the outside. Oh, dead sideways goes the 3 car. Clipped by the 22 on the entry to turn 1. Lap car of Eric Almirola ends up blocking the 10 as Alex Bowman will be heading down pit road this time by, along with Austin Dillon. So now the lead has been handed over to Kurt Busch, with Chris Buescher running in 2nd. Joey Logano's now made his way up into 3rd position. Daniel Suarez trying to take 4th. Suarez dives it in on the outside line to move up into 3rd spot. Chris Buescher and Daniel Suarez are heading down pit road this time by, while the 1, 22, and 14 cars will stay out. Logano and Boyer heading on to pit road, as well as Kyle Busch, as the 1 and 24 cars continue to stay out. Kurt Busch is heading down pit road, as well as the 24 car of Byron. And if Alex Bowman can get around the 1 car, he will now have the lead, and he just did so. So now Alex Bowman will be the leader above Austin Dillon. Looks like Kurt Busch will file into 3rd above Joey Logano and Eric Jones. Contact between the 22 and 20 sent Joey Logano sliding sideways in the apex of 1 and 2. Now Alex Bowman leads Austin Dillon by 0.3 of a second. And behind them by 2 seconds is Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, Eric Jones, and Clint Boyer. Austin Dillon managed to gain a lot of ground on the 88. Just on that last lap, he gained 1.5 tenths. We now have only 20 laps to go here at Texas. Kurt Busch has been able to whittle the 88 car's lead down, as Busch has about 10 lap fresher tires than the 88 car. Now right to the back bumper of the 3. Already trying to set up his move as they're side by side down the backstretch. Kurt Busch will take 2nd position with Joey Logano going up into 3rd. Lap car of Daniel Hemrick directly in front of the leaders. Hemrick tries to pinch the 88 car down, lets the 1 car gain a huge amount of time on the 88. Kurt Busch makes his move. And off turn 4, it looks like Kurt Busch is going to lead this lap, with Joey Logano moving up into 2nd. Clint Boyer has just made his way around Austin Dillon to move up into 4th position. And turn 1, 22 inched ahead as they entered the corner. Still side by side through the apex. And now Joey Logano is the leader at Texas. A AAA-sponsored race with a AAA-sponsored car leading. Alex Bowman still holding strong in 3rd position, but does have the 14 car challenging for that spot. Makes his move to the inside, and Boyer will easily take the position through turns 1 and 2. Boyer already to the inside of the 1 and will take 2nd. So now Logano leads Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch, and Chris Buescher trying to take 4th spot off of Alex Bowman. Boyer's got a huge run in the 22. Makes his look to the inside, down the backstretch. For turns 3 and 4, it looks like Clint Bowyer will now take the lead. With now only 10 laps to go at the start-finish line, his best career chance to make the championship 4. And Kyle Busch, with a half-wrecked race car, has now moved up into 5th position after passing teammate Denny Hamlin. Kurt Busch trying to set up a move on the 14, still losing the handle through turns 1 and 2, but can make up a lot of ground through 3 and 4. Chris Buescher dives to the inside of the 22. Buescher trying to make a move into 3rd spot. And now Kyle Busch will move up into 4th. So now, with only 5 laps to go, Clint Bowyer, with his best chance at ever making the championship 4, has to go around the lap car of Ty Dillon, with Kurt Busch diving in on the inside. Now a battle down the back straight for who can get the lead the quickest, as Clint Bowyer will shoot ahead. Chris Buescher trying to make it 3 wide on the inside for 2nd position. Buescher now up into 2nd. Kyle Busch moving into 3rd. Denny Hamlin up to 4th. And this was perfect for Clint Bowyer as he was able to separate himself from the pack by about half a second above Chris Buescher. Oh, contact between the 11 and 18 cars led to Kyle Busch sliding dead sideways in between turns 3 and 4. So now Clint Bowyer holds a little bit over 1 second gap above Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman, and Daniel Suarez. Now only 2 laps to go for Clint Bowyer. He has a 0.7 of a second gap above Chris Buescher in 2nd position. White flag for Clint Bowyer. Chris Buescher managed to gain a whole lot of ground on that last lap. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough as we enter turn 3. And off of turn 4, Clint Bowyer will win at Texas and advance to the championship 4. Chris Buescher finishing in 2nd by only 1/10 behind Bowyer and Kyle Busch in 3rd. So Clint Bowyer will win and advance to the championship 4 at Phoenix above Chris Buescher, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Denny Hamlin, Daniel Suarez, William Byron, and Eric Jones rounded out the top 10. So with Clint Bowyer's win, he is now the only driver locked into the championship 4 at ISM Raceway. Ryan Blaney, 11 points above the cut line. Denny Hamlin also 11. Kevin Harvick with his flip down the back straight is now only 4 points above the cut line. Kyle Larson, 4 points below the cut. Brad Keselowski, 7 points below. Kyle Busch, 15 points below the cut line, and Ryan Newman, 22 points below the cut line. The next race is the 2nd to last race of the year, the round of 8 elimination race at Martinsville. Catch it right here on the Speed Station.